and welcome everybody to the first episode of the Mission Possible podcast, run especially by service missionaries. I am Elder Pratt.
And I'm Elder Don Kos.
And we are going to be your hosts for this show. Let's do a little bit of introductions. Elder Don Kos, how long have you been out?
Alrighty. So I've been serving for, I think like 17 months now. Time kind of flies when you pass that year mark. Serving 17 months, going strong. And I served 6 months as a teaching missionary before coming home. And I'm actually 2 weeks away from hitting my year mark as a service missionary. So yeah, going pretty strong.
Nice. Where did you serve as teaching missionary?
Pull up a seat. We're going to be here a while. So I was originally assigned in the Botswana and Namibia mission down in South Africa. So I did my missionary training in Johannesburg, South Africa. Sorry if there's a lot of names.
There's an MTC in South Africa?
Oh yeah. And they actually just opened one in Central Africa. But so I did my missionary training there, and then a bunch of visa legal stuff happened within Botswana, so they had to transfer a lot of the missionaries out. And so I was transferred to Minnesota, but I got to serve in Johannesburg for a day. And usually when people ask, hey, where did you serve, Elder? I always say Minnesota because it was wonderful. Yes, most of my time was in Wisconsin, but it was a wonderful time. I got to meet a lot of awesome people. Enjoy a Midwestern winter. That was something. And then around springtime, I transferred home, and definitely an interesting transition coming home from being a teaching missionary, but it was also a lot of pleasant surprises. I think my biggest worry was kind of being the only missionary to transfer home from teaching. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think we're probably more I call them transfer missionaries who've transferred home. I think we have more transfer missionaries than those who have started out service. And So there's a lot of missionaries that I serve with who kind of understand what it's like to transfer home. And honestly, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm a transfer missionary too. We'll hear about that in a minute. Yeah. I'm Elder Pratt, and I am out almost 6 months. I started in November, and MTC.
Hey, me too.
Yeah. So we'll be around for a minute, guys. And then I went to Provo MTC because I was originally called to Fresno, California, was great. And I was there for a little bit, transferred home December-ish. I've been here a good amount of time, and honestly, it's been pretty good, would you say?
Yeah, service has definitely been not what I expect, and I mean that in the best way possible. And I think we're pretty excited to get into that today. And something we've been kind of wanting to do is to kind of address what is a service missionary, like what we do, who we are, because when we go out and serve, we get a lot of questions we get into not awkward conversations, but it kind of feels like because most members don't really know who we are. Well, they have heard of us, but they've never seen a service missionary before in public. And so it's well, what do I ask? What do I say? How do I get to know you? Because the two get to know you questions for missionaries don't really work for us. Where are you from and where are you serving? Because,
Yep, because we're from here and we serve here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you might know, but a transfer means we were out of teaching mission and then we transferred home for reasons.
Yeah, it's kind of the term I dubbed, coined. I don't know. I don't really know if there's an official term for it, but that's what I use. I mean, of course, we're all missionaries. We just have different assignments, and whether it's teaching or
different needs too.
Yes, different needs.
They're both great, service and teaching missionaries. We love both of them. They do both great things.
Yeah, and there isn't a rivalry, if any of you are wondering. It's a labor of love, that's for sure. And so, I guess, Elder Pratt, what is a service missionary?
A service missionary is like a teaching missionary. We're both missionaries. You get set apart the same. You both wear a tag. But we have service missionary tags. I don't know if you guys have seen service missionaries around. And we do service assignments. So we live at home, and we go to different service assignments like the temple, or what else do we do?
Well, so, we can serve at the temple. There's other places. It varies quite a bit from place to place, mission to mission, and even missionary to missionary.
Yes.
Like, I help with family history a lot, and like in some of the functions of the temple, like temple maintenance. That's so much fun for me. I love doing it. And we also help with food banks, like local food pantries. Some churches run their own garden type thing. We love helping out there. They love having us come and help, and so that's kind of some of the stuff we do. And of course, we don't really have a companion following us around.
We do have companions, like you can do like a little study with them, but like you're not with them the whole time.
Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest things that
The
I had to get
changes.
used to.
Yeah.
Is not having someone follow me around and like not confirming texts.
Oh yeah.
Like I did that to my
Yeah.
mom once, and she's
Yeah, in the
like,
teaching mission, you like the companion is like your brother. That's not your brother, you know. You were doing everything with this guy. That's good. That helps in teaching missions. But like here, you live differently, so we don't really have that.
yeah. So it's kind of a change coming back and not having that.
So every service missionary gets like a little schedule. So you get like it's pretty much the same every week, but you get your assignments. And there's some like that everybody do. Like Mondays we have like FHE, like Family of an Evening, and then like Friday we have a Friday service, and then little meetings on Thursdays, and then other parts of the days and stuff like that. You have your individual assignments. So like, what'd you do today, Elder Donkos?
I actually don't really have per se a assignment for today, but me and a couple of the other missionaries go to the temple together to kind of it's kind of to keep each other in check and making sure we do get to the temple.
Oh, that's good.
Because there's kind of a saying: the closer you are to the temple, the harder it is to go. And we have one in our city that we reside in, and so we kind of keep an eye on each other, make sure each of us gets to the temple, and we had a wonderful time today.
Yeah.
And it's always awesome going to the temple.
I don't know if we mentioned, but we are in Pocatello. We're the Pocatello, Idaho service missionaries here.
Yeah.
If you guys listening all over the world, but I don't know. But we're in Pocatello, Idaho. That's where we're at.
Good old Pocatello, plenty of potatoes. I'm actually wearing a potato shirt right now. You guys can't see it, and I'm wearing a jacket. But.
Oh, and don't worry. We'll have hopefully a set soon, and maybe like a camera and all that stuff. This is just a little startup.
Yeah, we got locked out of the building. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be setting.
We're going to do it. We're going to get this thing figured out, but we wanted to get a little startup episode going. And make sure, comment down below, leave us something. What do you want to see on this podcast? What do you want us to talk about? What do you have questions about service missionaries? We'll send on a poll maybe or something. But whatever you guys want to see, we can do.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned. We have a lot of really, really fun ideas. Like, I guess kind of a little sneak peek. We plan on interviewing some missionaries who their service is up. So most missionaries within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints serve for 18 to 24 months. Mm-hmm. And so one of the elders we're going to be interviewing, he is finishing next week.
Yes.
With his mission. And it's sad to see him go. But
yes, it will be. I love this guy. So we will be doing that in the future episodes, having different missionaries on. You guys can see our wide variety we have, because we do have a lot. It's great.
It's like a family. That's honestly another thing that's a little different from teaching is on the teaching side, every 6 weeks is transfers, and that's where you can get sent to a new area, get a different companion. But we don't have that here. We're kind of just, the only changes really you have is like, maybe you have changed in a district. We should probably go over that. We do have districts and like zones. So in the Pocatello mission, you have the west zone that I'm in and the east zone that you're in. Isn't that convenient? We got both sides of the, on the podcast, we got both sides. But in the zones, you have districts, and then you have district leaders. And have you ever been a district leader? No, I am like, mission age wise, I'm really old, and I haven't had a leadership position yet. And no, I'm not jealous or envious, because those positions look so just so tiring. And but yeah, and so we do have district leaders, zone leaders. They're kind of the same structure as teaching for you who have served before. I guess the only difference is we don't have APs or assistants to the presidents.
It's crazy. You avoided leadership, and I got like 2 months into here, and I'm already a district leader. So I'm a district leader currently, guys, and I only lasted 2 months without being called. So you're crazy. How did you escape that?
There's
Not saying it's not great. Like, love doing it. My district. Shout out to you guys. You're great.
Yeah, there's no like advice I can give for like avoiding like leadership calling or assignments. I guess just like
It's kind of like giving a talk in church when the bishop comes to you or somebody. You're like, you just gotta accept,
yeah, accept your fate. No, I'm kidding.
What else do we do as a service missionary? Dress. We don't usually. Sometimes we're not in teaching missionary attire because like they have to be in like suit or like white shirt all the time because they're teaching. We still dress nice, but we like don't have to be in a suit or a tie or all the time. Just dress in a way that's good. How else do you explain that?
Yeah, and so like right now I'm actually wearing hiking boots, and that's because like throughout the day we can jump between different assignments, and
Yeah.
one assignment we could be helping like with gardening, and the next assignment we could be
The thrift store.
yeah, at a thrift store. And it's
So
just
I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now because I was just at a thrift store, and it was like a little dusty, but it was good. So
yeah, and so it would be really difficult to keep that like missionary like the white shirt and tie when we're like jumping throughout all these different places. Yeah, and so that's kind of how we were a little bit different there. And then also, should we talk about sometimes we don't wear tags in public, or should we
Do
just
you?
skirt over that?
I usually wear my tag everywhere.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot.
That's okay.
I guess
sometimes I forget it. Like obviously, you change outfits. Sometimes like missionaries usually just have their tag always on them, but yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it varies from missionary to missionary, and maybe I'm like speaking heresy or something. But of course, that was a joke.
This is why it's a podcast. We're not the official opinion of the church, so don't quote us on that.
Please don't take this as the opinion of the church.
This is
we're
just
two guys.
Yeah, just two service missionaries having a good time. We'll talk a bunch of other stuff on this pod. So.
Yeah, and so yeah, I don't know. For me, coming from teaching to service, I guess it was kind of weird at first because in the handbook it mentions that you absolutely have to wear your tag at like services or like at church or at the temple, but there's a lot of gray area with where else to wear it, and so there's a lot of like discernment you have to use, a lot of like figuring it out with God. There's a lot of that, like with the standards of like the do's and don'ts with being a service missionary.
The service missionary standards are a little different from the teaching missionary standards. If you guys read those, I don't know if you have. Some of you maybe not know what those are, but anyway, they are different. It's kind of just like use your best judgment and like follow the commandments, be good, and do what you think would please God, I guess.
Yeah, and that can look different from everyone. So like the way that I try to be the best missionary I can. That's going to look different from missionary to missionary. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and like how best to serve those around us.
Yeah.
And yeah. Also, we do have the wonderful opportunity of occasionally going out with teaching missionaries to like follow them around. So we can still like teach with them because we are missionaries still. One's not better than the other, so we can still do that and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. It's kind of cool seeing like them do the same things I did like in Minnesota, like the same teaching tactics, but also tactics may not be the right word, but you guys get what we mean. And sometimes I'm just kidding. And but it's also cool to see how different missionaries teach and how they run run things, and it's kind of cool. And we're actually within the Idaho Pocatello mission. We're not sure if it's the same in other missions, but we're starting to have teaching missionaries join us at services, some of our major ones. Yes. And that's been kind of cool, like kind of showing them, like, I guess the church right now is kind of having a massive integration of the like different like different assignments of missionaries, and it's kind of cool witnessing that, because when I first started we didn't have that, and then now we're having more and more like we're doing more and more things together, and that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yep. Okay, now you know what a sort of missionary is. Let's talk about what do we do. You want to kind of just like run through your schedule? What do you do on it? Not maybe like your personal stuff, but like what do you
Yeah.
do service missionary wise?
So, of course, we try to keep to a good sleep schedule, like the teaching missionaries. I'm awful at that. Always have been. Always probably will be. But
That's why there's repentance out here.
there is repentance, and I do my best. But our schedule it's really interesting how like in teaching it's very rigid what you do day to day, and it's kind of nice because you know what you're going to be doing. But with service missionaries, we have our set things like we call them set services or places that we serve at.
Mhm.
And outside of that, it you just kind of fill it in with whatever you want, but also like kind of follow the spirit and what to do day to day. And so for me, I spend a lot of time studying. I absolutely love the scriptures. I'm kind of crazy. I like the Old Testament a lot and like spend a lot of my time there.
Mhm.
And we actually have what's called agency time in between those like different services that we just kind of I wouldn't call it free time, more like inspired free time where you try to fill it with good things, like trying to practice an instrument. Like I picked up the ukulele in Minnesota, of all places, and I try to practice that, keep that up. Mondays is my like family history day. I serve a lot in the family history center, and it's really cool because I get to help others figure out their like family history, where their like their lineage is from, and like just like learning about their ancestors because it's our history, and also then I also help honestly a lot in the temple. Like there's a lot of things like kind of like what I mentioned earlier with the maintenance worker thing. Just making sure like the HVAC machines are up to speed. I don't work on those personally because I'm not certified to do it, and honestly, I don't want to. Massive machinery kind of is like working on that seems kind of daunting to me, but I just like check the gauges, make sure everything's working, and just do a lot of things that are not exactly seen by the general public, but that kind of means a lot to me. And yeah, I guess that can kind of like sound weird, but I promise you that I don't know, it's wonderful to me because even though everyone probably won't ever see what I do, God sees it and I see it, and like we in the New Testament Jesus did all these wonderful things, but in between like sermons, of course, he's out serving the people, and there's a lot of things that aren't recorded that he did, but just because they aren't recorded doesn't mean they aren't important.
Oh, that's pretty good. Nice.
Thank you. I then also help with a scripture study with the veterans home. Me and another elder who also transferred home. Me and him work with a scripture study with the veterans, and just be there for them, like, and help them. In the veterans home, there's all many different types of faith within that one building, and that's wonderful. But that also means they only have 30 minutes for church and don't have much time for scriptures, and so we get to help them fill that time with and have that connection to scriptures and like the teachings that are from them and that connection to God. And that honestly, that's been wonderful.
That's great. It's cool to see because not every missionary has the same schedule. Like I don't think one missionary has the same schedule as another missionary. So my schedule, I go to the temple. We do temple cleaning. We like clean the temple on Monday because it's closed on Monday.
What exactly is temple cleaning? Like, could you
Oh,
go a
yeah.
little bit more?
We go when it's closed, and we kind of just like make sure everything's clean. We wipe down it like pretty much just like house cleaning. And the temple doesn't get like dirty really. It's more of just like keeping it pure and clean, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you don't mind me
Go for
kind of adding something, I heard a member once said that he kind of helped with cleaning the temple and like dusting, and he's like, these places that we're dusting, no one would ever see it, and they are clean as can be. And so he went to the person and was like, well, like, I'm not saying there's no point to this, but like, I'm sure there's like some kind of like deeper thing with this. And the person he was talking with said that, it's clean because we keep it clean. And if you just let it sit, then of course it's going to get dirty. And so I guess that's kind of a good way to describe what it is like in the temple. It's very, very clean. And when we do go to clean it, it's more like it can be it can be tempting to feel like we aren't doing anything because we're not cleaning that much because
Yeah.
it is already clean, but we're just
Yes.
keeping it that way.
So yeah, we do temple cleaning, and then FHE, like we told you guys, that's family home in the evening. It's like a little lesson activity, kind of with the whole zone and everybody. It's great. We have 2 zones, as we think.
Yeah, it's like
and then
40 something missionaries now. We are
Yeah.
actually doing really good missionary wise. When I first came, we had a lot of missionaries leave, and then we were like steadily working our way back up to 30, and then now we're at 40.
nice.
And so we're doing good.
Yep. And then wait, did you say what day yours? Your P day?
Oh yes. So my preparation day, kind of my day off.
That's what P day stands for.
It's preparation day. Yeah, I jokingly we refer to it as our day off, but really it's just a more of that agency time or inspired free time, and it's kind of a day to unwind and serve our family.
Yes, that's a big one because you still live at home and like you gotta help your family and like maybe you have younger siblings. I do. I take them a lot of places sometimes because like that's what I did when I wasn't a missionary too, and just like you help out at the house. And then yeah, we just
yeah, and that's something that has been nice with coming home is we are with our families, and it is so that preparation day is kind of serve them and help them out with anything they need, just trying to fill our time with good things because it can be easy to, I guess, not shy away from responsibility, but kind of fall into bad habits, or fall away from good habits. And that, I guess, that can be something that's a little different from teaching. Where teaching, you have a rigid schedule, you're away from home, so everything's new, and you get used to the new. And then coming home, for the first 2 weeks, it was very easy to fall back into that. So it's like gotta try to keep up those good habits that you are building that will help you throughout your life, and just try to become closer to Christ. So, and
Wednesday I do. So I live in Aberdeen, so I'm like 50 minutes away from Pocatello, but it's because the Pocatello mission is pretty big, so I drive here every day. But I work at the school, preschool. That's pretty fun. That's service. I mean, little kids, they're great. They don't know how to use words sometimes, because but they're fun. And then I have a laundry shift. That's another thing you do in a temple. So many things you do in a temple, guys. If you've been to temple, it's great. You probably know. But anyway, the laundry is where we wash the stuff you use for the ordinances there, and just make sure everything's clean. And it's pretty fun actually. It's me, Elder Jolly, and Elder Follett. Maybe we'll get them on the pod sometime.
Yeah, he comes in right as my shift starts to end.
Oh yeah, me.
And so we get to see each other for an hour, and
yes,
I would describe it as a party, but it's the temple, so it's more like a holy gathering of friends.
Get together, yeah.
Yeah,
and fold some towels. But it's good. I enjoy my laundry shift. Thursday we have district council, which is pretty much, long story short, a meeting with just your zone. So he has his own meeting because he's in the east, and I have my own meeting because I'm in the west. And then you split again to your districts, and so there's 2 districts in the west. I'm a district leader, so I teach my district, make sure we're doing good, kind of check in on everybody, because I want to make sure everybody's doing good. That's what a district leader is. You kind of help everybody and stuff. So that's what district council is. It's pretty fun actually.
Yeah,
and then you get food, and yeah.
Oh, it's so awesome! But I love how we start. We have a service right at the beginning where we would be crocheting blankets or something, or helping with temple grounds because the building we meet in is really close to the temple.
Yeah.
And then we split down into our districts, which splits all members in half, and we go over general announcements, and we split in half again. And what that allows us to do is have a very personal lesson, checking in with each other, and then I don't know, that's something I really like is having that weekly we kind of just become brothers and sisters in Christ and in the mission, and it's just like having I think in the teaching side they call them companion inventories, where we just come together and just like try to figure out ways we can improve, like, and also help out those who are struggling, and then counsel together on how we can be better, and maybe have some spiritual thoughts.
And then to round out my week, on Friday we have a little service. Depends on where they're at. I think this week we're working at the food bank.
Oh yeah.
And then I go to DI, or Desert Industries, the thrift store. That's fun. Kind of unload cars. And then on Saturday I have an ordnance shift, which is pretty much just working to the temple, like doing all the stuff there. Yeah, that's what we do pretty much as service missionaries. Comment down below if you have any other questions. As you said, we're gonna do more with that if you have questions, service missionaries. But to kind of finish out this first episode, Elder Dunkless, you have a spiritual thought for us today, because obviously we want to talk about like life and stuff. Like maybe, I don't know, in the future, maybe go over, like, I'm a big sports guy. I don't know, Elder Dunkless, do you like sports?
I don't know. Yes and no. Some sports I'm really into. Like I'm a big sports guy. I'm a big football guy. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I thought it was awesome that I got to sign in Minnesota. Except I spent most of my time in Wisconsin. So
oh, you got the Packers fans.
was,
I myself am a Denver Broncos fan. So yeah. Keep going.
And so yeah, we'll see how we can make that work. But yeah.
Give us your spiritual thoughts.
Oh yes, we thought it would be a great idea to end with a spiritual thought, and so something I've kind of picked up with being like on my mission is I guess what it means to have that Christ-like charity. And I think Elder Bednar put it pretty well with his last it'd be April 2026 conference. He mentioned that we shouldn't possess charity. Charity should possess us. Not how I look at others, but like what it means to serve with the love of Christ. And like in our purpose, we have a mission purpose, like the teaching missionaries.
It's a little different, but it's still good.
Yeah, it says minister in His name. Like for me, I kind of look at serve everyone as if like serving them as like as you have done this unto the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. And so I just try to serve them the best I can, and also because I know that God will fill in the rest. Because if you do your best, God will fill in the rest.
That's pretty good. Well, thank you for that. All right, guys, that is the end of this first episode. Follow us, like and subscribe, doing all that good stuff. Comment down below what you want to see, and hopefully next week we will have some more, maybe like visuals for you, so you can actually see us. You just put a voice to our names now. You don't know who we are actually. Yeah, we're trying to get a set, but again, we got locked out of the building we're going to use. But we'll have it more ironed out. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. We will be back next Thursday or Friday. We're shooting this on a Thursday, but depending on when this comes out, we'll see. So yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys for listening, and see ya.